Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's having a great day, great morning. Let me check something here real fast. Okay, everybody's coming. Okay, just checking volume because Todrick's not here this morning. Hope everybody's having a great morning. Like I said, today. My baby's turned 28. 27. Are you sure? Sorry, 27. So I have three 27-year-olds right now, and can phone. Or maybe it's Quinn. Okay, sounds like a good idea. You turned 27 today, Lag. Okay, then it's time to get out of the basement. Do what? Okay. Lag, Roberta said that that's your oldest daughter's birthday. Um, last night we went to a we went to see an ultrasound. Angela and Vanya invited us and her father to go with them, and it was interesting. Saw some little legs and arms and spine and whatnot because he just didn't want to. He did not want to lay in the right place for us to get a good look at his face, but we could tell he was sucking his thumb. So that was exciting. So we're going to be taking on. They're going to do it again when she's further alone. There's the old man. Good morning, Todd.
Howdy.
How are you?
Guess I'm late. Sorry about that.
Hey, Nessa. So that was exciting.
What was?
You weren't listening. We went to the. Oh, that's the pot calling the kettle black, isn't it? You're not listening. We went to an ultrasound with Angela and Vanya last night, and we got to see the baby.
Oh,
So we're kind of tickled about that, excited about that. Let's see, two
bum,
three more
bum.
days, and we'll be on the road to Orlando. So y'all, somebody plan on coming here and hanging out with Todd next week, Friday and next week.
Bum, bum, bum.
So
So
it's
you're
time to
gonna.
blow off those dadgum webcams and get in there. Chat, and this, don't you have a webcam on your Mac? It just makes it really easier when you got somebody else in here to talk to. Unless you got a lot going on in your life like Todd does. So, how are you this morning, Todrick?
I am super duper.
Good.
Okay. What's the
Jabez,
modern lingo?
Jabez, yes. Um,
Everything's rad up in here. No, rad was 80s, wasn't it?
yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Well, I said Orlando. It's Port Canaveral. That's where we're going out on a cruise. Jabez, no, just want to make sure people's got heads up because it's really kind of hard to do these things. These things would last about 20 minutes if there wasn't somebody in here. Good morning, Hank.
Oh,
Good morning,
not me.
Stephen.
All of my shows, even if I do them by myself, are just spellbinding.
Well, you know what? Then I'll sit in the audience and start watching. Then I need to be spellbound.
Spellbind.
Um, but good morning, Hank.
I'm
Good
kidding.
morning,
Yeah,
Mike.
it's It isn't just that you can't do a show by yourself. It's just not as fun, not as
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. So,
Good morning, Paddling. So, anything exciting happening with you? Did you hit your $1,000 goal yesterday?
nope. I sold 9 items for $220.
Well, that's about your daily goal, isn't it?
To hit my 100,000 a year goal, it would need to be about 270, 80 a day.
Now, have you readjusted that for, like, from the going forward, what you would need to do?
Nope. It's probably over 300 now.
Good
Because
morning,
I'm
Jake.
behind. But
Jake,
that's okay.
I went into Goodwill yesterday, popped in there, and saw it. There was an Istanbul um, coffee mug, and it sells for about $140 on eBay, and has sold for that much. And but it had a chip in it. Good morning, Ping. Glad
Yeah,
to see you up and about.
I'll get Ping in here. There you go.
Yeah, Ping can hang out with you.
Ping is smarter than I am anyway.
Ping she's just so
She
quiet. You know, she sits there, and then she has all this.
she knows. I'm surprised she doesn't sell a whole lot more stuff because she knows everything about how to sell. She's quick to answer people's questions on how eBay's working and what to do if you have a certain type of return, you know, that type of stuff.
Yeah, I thought about that, Jake, and if I happen to go by that direction, I thought about run back in there and see if it's still in there. I mean, at 49 cents, even if I sold it for $9.95 plus shipping, that's still $5 profit.
Yeah, she just knows her stuff, and I don't know how she learned it other than doing the YouTube thing. But
Well, you know, she's
been doing it a long time,
yeah,
but she
she's just
knows more
wise.
than just being a long timer at it. She knows. She keeps up on the newest changes and stuff too. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, she's been doing it for quite a while, and she just sits there. She's not opinionated like Jabus is.
Yeah, but you got to admit, Ping, eBay has changed in the last.
Month.
Yeah, it's changing all the time.
It's constantly evolving. Good morning, Julie.
So John just did a video. He's still not convinced that geo tracking from eBay to your mobile device, aka phone, is not affecting your account because he was away for his son's graduation from boot camp and he tested his theory again over that. Turn off location setting now. That'd be a good test too, Lag. Just if you turned off location setting, would eBay slow you down because they think you can't be tracked? I don't know.
Why would they want to track you?
Well, eBay's always siding with buyers, and they want, if a buyer buys something, they want the buyer to be able to get it quickly.
Excuse me. Good morning, Doug.
And if
Yeah,
I
but
if you're on a cruise ship for a week and a half, eBay thinks you're off the grid and you're not going to be able to ship the stuff you sell.
well, how do they know? They don't know whether you like lag or not. It's got a team that's shipping for him. He could be in France dancing on top of the Eiffel Tower and selling $400 printers and that go out on time because he's got a staff.
Yeah, I don't know, Jebus.
Yeah, that's just it. That would really mess with them.
Yeah, Sadie, it's not going to change what I do selling on eBay just because John brought up geo tracking, but it's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
Chastity, I don't buy into geo. Okay.
But when I buy on eBay, and I know this is just me, I'm looking for it. I don't get it. I don't go on eBay and start just looking. For something to buy. I go on it because I'm looking for something specific. It's not like going to the supermarket and I walk in to get a loaf of bread, and I walk out with $100 worth of stuff because I've thought, oh, that's right, we're almost out of butter, or I need to get some more milk, or I need to get cereal, or Roberta needs some ladies' products, things like that. Um, I don't know. I guess I'm just too simple, but I just
But to prove that geo tracking theory wrong, Saturday and Sunday we were in Nashville a couple of weeks ago,
right.
and those were my two biggest sales day of the month. But now when I got back from Nashville, I had my worst week of selling the whole month. So I don't know.
Mr. Sadie says, Lag's got his. Lag says he's got a phone set on Floresville, Texas, another one in Charlotte. um, Lag, don't try to think you're going to get in on my wheel because my cats get everything. Once Roberta goes, the cats get it all.
Your cats get everything.
The boys are just going to have to fend for themselves. Um,
So
but let's see, where was it? Who said that? Wait a minute, back up. Every time Mr. Sadie says every time he lists regularly, he has sales. Um,
well,
there's a lot
Sadie
of people.
and Beard are correct when they say newly listed stuff sells faster, better, for a higher price.
Well, that's the
But
reason I was asking the other day, whenever it was, about, was it yesterday? About if you use one of these cross listers, if you list everything to another platform, delete all your old stuff off of eBay, and then move it back, list it back to eBay, does it create a new? Is it considered a new listing, not a you know?
if you end and sell similar, yes, you get a new number.
But you're not even well. I guess you'd be selling similar, but you'd be, like I said, importing all that in. So, I've not used one of those things, so I don't know if it comes back in as sell similar or what.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
run a whole lot of sales anyway, Jake. In fact, I haven't run a sale in probably 6 months. So why were my sales big when I was in Nashville and bad when I got back?
Because you happened to list. Was that new listings or old listings that you sold?
Well, it couldn't be new because I didn't list anything when I was in Nashville.
No, I'm talking about right before you left. Like the week before you left.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I'm sorry, Todd. I'm making Todd think too early in the morning. He's having to click on buttons.
That's been 3 weeks ago, Tom, and I'm 69 years old. Give
Has
me
that
a
been 3
break,
years?
yo. What?
Is it? I mean, has it been 3 weeks? God,
Uh,
time is flying by when you get old.
close.
Anyway,
It was the 25th, 26th, and 27th of, well, maybe 2.5 weeks. Okay, you got me. You got me. You're so sharp.
no, I couldn't remember when it was. It just seems like we just got back. It made such an impression. All these fine people made such an impression on me that all of
Yeah, there
all
you
of
go. Hank's got
Jake's
it figured out.
wisdom.
But I've got some old stuff that sells. I sold, you remember about 3 years ago, I bought that huge lot of swimming pool parts?
Yeah.
I just sold a pair of parts yesterday. I've had those listed for 3 years. So you can't tell me that old stuff won't sell.
See, like not your pool parts. They will, sooner or later somebody's going to need one.
That's right, Lag. Those pizza cutters are. I wish I had 100 of them. I did get 17 of them. How many have I sold out of 17? Let me look.
Was that the thing that you just sit down over a pizza and it slices into evens?
Yeah.
Well, our pizza place here
Uh,
needs to get one.
I had 17 of them and I sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 7 left. And
Like told you 10 before you even said anything. I think you need to.
Yeah, one customer over the weekend bought 2 of them. And they paid full price. I'm accepting offers on those. Nearly everybody's paying full price.
Somebody said, let me find it.
Which is fine. I like selling things for full asking price. So what's 10 times 45?
450.
And I think I paid like 120 for that pallet of kitchen stuff at the auction. So I'm big time in the profit on those.
What did you do with the light bulbs?
They're still sitting in my shed and out in the carport.
This is just a thought. Have you thought about sending an email to like local electrical supply stores
No,
and say, I've got all of these light bulbs that I will take X amount of money for?
the packages are all worn and
People don't care if they need a light bulb. As long as the thing lights up, that's all they're concerned about.
well, I get the final user, but a retailer doesn't want a whole bunch of worn out boxes in their lighting
Todd,
aisle.
what does it takes 10 minutes 10 minutes for an old person to sit down and word a text to them and say, are you interested? Yes or no?
No, I
And they might
promise.
come in and buy all of them from you. Triple your money, which means you'll make like 75 cents a piece. And go
Think
about
about
your
putting them
business.
on Facebook Marketplace because I don't have any boxes for them. Plus, you got a pad between them when people buy.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, there you go, Chastity. That's probably what I'll wind up doing with those.
Oh, okay. I'm saying Lag says he uses them on their pancakes, and we're talking about light bulbs, but that was back. He was talking about the pizza cutters.
That'd be cool to take one of those pizza cutters and slice your pancakes into triangular shape. Yep.
Yeah. I like Butterworth. Maple syrup's just a little too sweet for me. I'm trying to. My grandmother never kept syrup in the house when we'd just stay with them, or I'd just stay a month with her during the summer. What does
Yep.
she use? Not molasses, but damn it,
So basically, everything I buy is not crap.
no. You know, you the only thing that I think that you like had an had an old man moment was all the toothbrush holders, but that was buried inside of another lot, right?
No, that's all that was on that pallet.
Oh, was it?
But the online ad said toothbrushes.
That's right. That's what it was.
It didn't say toothbrush holders, so I thought I was buying.
By any chance, I don't remember because that's been a while back. Did you say where's my toothbrushes at? Why did you buy? But you
I
buy
don't
so
know,
much good stuff from
Javis.
them, and you make
That's
so
a
much
good
money off
question.
of them. What's the point?
Yeah, and I didn't give much for those light bulbs. I think it's maybe $20. Yeah, I just need to order some boxes and pre-box them so that I know exactly how many I've got of what size.
The only thing about shipping those light bulbs is you can buy them from an electrical supply store and get them home, and they won't work. That's the only thing. I just can't imagine UPS or USPS having their hands on them.
That's true, Mike. But everybody gives me hell over the toothbrush holders, and they only cost, what did I say? They were like $11 for the whole pallet. Or 16. I can't remember, 11 or 16.
I think we have a city electric up here too, James.
I've lost a whole lot more on stuff that I couldn't.
You know, Todd, people give you hell about it, and I make jokes about it too.
Nah, I get it.
It's
It's
just
just fun
jealousy.
to make fun
It's
of.
just jealousy, Todd, because
Let's make
you
fun of the
sell
old
so
man.
much stuff, and you make so much money,
Yeah, I'm rich. I'm rolling in it.
and so you messed up one time, but that was false advertising too.
But that's
He threw them
okay.
away, Jabez. Or are you talking about the light bulbs? The toothbrush holders, he just threw them away. He filled up the Mother Earth at the landfill with something that won't degrade for a million years. I'm just kidding, Todd.
Carl says my best buys will all been the big buys where I'm not 100% sure how it will go. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
those swimming pool supplies. I didn't know what was all in those boxes, and the auction took really bad pictures. And I paid $40 for 2 huge boxes
Man,
each,
if
and I
you had a
sold thousands of dollars worth of swimming pool parts. Some of those parts I sold for over $500 each.
But what was the retail? If you went to the store to buy them, probably a lot more than they paid for you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just imagine if you had a pallet full of bleach during the pandemic, the pool chemicals. You would have made some bank off of that.
Yep.
Because I remember an article during the pandemic when in the Observer about this guy that was a professional. He maintains people's pools, and he couldn't get the chemicals to go into the pool, so their pools were not usable. And he's like, I got $1 million homes that's got swimming pools in the backyard. They can't use the swimming pools because they can't find the chemicals. Yeah, Jack, you win or you learn.
Well, I'll tell you that lot of knitting
Yeah.
stuff, I'm way in the profit on that already.
Did you
I
sell the
I just picked it up
roller thing?
a week ago tomorrow. Yeah, I sold that. I sold some knitting needles. I've sold. It's already way in the profit. So
Are there any? Because I don't knit or crochet or any of that kind of stuff, nor does Roberta. Um, Matter of fact, since my aunt died, I don't know anybody that does it. And oh, I take that back. Uh, my aunt didn't Michelle crochet? Yeah, Roberta's aunt Michelle, she crochets, and
mhm.
she's really good too. But are there any other big chains like Joann's Fabrics that sold that kind of stuff? Because it seems like all those kind of crafty kind of things are going out of business.
Oh, I'm sure that what's that one craft store, the big one? Crap. Michaels
Hobby
and
Lobby.
Hobby Lobby, yeah, they tear it up on yarn and stuff.
Yeah, well, nobody buys from them because they're too far right. But they,
What? Hobby Lobby is they're big business.
oh, I know. I'm being sarcastic. With all the crap about Hobby Lobby, they're still the ones that surviving. Michaels, that's the one I was trying to think of.
Young
You,
girls are crocheting.
um,
Nikki got back into crocheting,
yeah,
making all kinds of neat things.
you can tell Jabez is from the South on
You
pool
seen those
supplies
crocheted
during
stuffed
the
animals?
COVID.
Crocheted stuffed animals are selling like hotcakes for Nikki.
Yeah.
She was making octopuses and octopusi. I better be careful how I say.
Octopi. It'd be, um,
Yeah,
and that's
cross
good.
stitch stuff still sells good,
My
but
my aunt and my grandmother on my dad's side, they made those braided rugs. The ones that you buy manufactured, they braid long strips and then they have a machine that sews them together. My aunt and my grandmother, when they made those things, they were woven together, braided together, and nobody learned how to do it. My aunt's daughter didn't learn how to do it. What about the cross stitch? You like the cross stitch, Jabez?
he doesn't want the word to get out because he wants to buy it all for himself.
Cross stitch will sell good if you can run across it. Um,
But
there was a lady that used to. That's all she sold was cross stitch, and I can't remember I can't remember who she was, but she used to be on back when one of the original shows with Dusty and
What about
that
him?
crowd. But that's all she sold was cross stitch, and she had file cabinets full of the stuff. Gold Dimensions. Okay, you're gonna make me have to research that, aren't you?
Yeah, if you could get a supplier for vintage cross stitch stuff, you probably do good.
Sorry, I had to go look and see what Gold Dimensions was. I figured it was a cross stitch company.
Jabez has a guy for cross stitch stuff.
You have a guy for cross stitch stuff? You may know a guy.
So how many does everybody try to buy for the upcoming season? Like, I suppose now would be the time to buy a whole bunch of Halloween decor.
And Christmas.
Because if you haven't got your stock of swimsuits and pool floats and water ski equipment, you're behind, right?
Yeah. Thank God I don't have any more swimsuits. I'm I got somewhere or another. I got a bunch of little girls' bathing suits, and I don't have girls, and I don't really have a close connection to anybody that's got girls. So
Yeah,
you
Jabez,
go
I
on
do too.
I go on Google and checking out, Little Debbie pink bikini bathing suits, size 8, girls, and and I got some prices. Hell, that's been 2 years ago, and I'm still getting Google is still showing me little girls bathing suits. I'm gonna have to change my daggum my email address to get rid of it, I guess. Well,
Dirty old
that's one
man.
thing I learned from retailers. It's not even summertime, and Walmart's already getting Christmas stuff. And halfway during yeah, that's me. Um, halfway through the summer, they'll start the pool section, which is now like 24 feet long, will be about 8 foot section, and Christmas stuff will be putting on it on those shelves because they don't have the space for them. Yeah, I mean we joke about it, or I joke about it. I know the manager at the Food Lion pretty well, and he himself was setting Easter stuff, and I said, "Man, you're way behind. You're supposed to be setting July 4th stuff." And shh. He said, "Shh, be quiet. I don't want nobody to hear you." He says, "Because I have no place to put July 4th stuff."
Huh. That's
But
interesting, Jabez. Yeah, a bunch of the Christmas stuff won't arrive this year, supposedly. That's the scuttlebutt.
I'm gonna have to ask next time I see Medeja. I'm gonna have to see that. That's my son's girlfriend. She works for Hallmark, a Hallmark store. I need to find ask. I need to find out when they put out their clearance stuff. I mean, I've been a florist for 35 years now. Yes, my heart's profession. They put it out early for designers so we can make our stuff for show. Okay. Yeah, apparently there's a bunch of them. But you know what that means? That means we need to make some of this useless crap over here. When you go, when
Where'd he go?
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry, just I
Short
had to take care of some
term
family business here. We had to have
opportunity.
no. Um, Good morning, Tactical. Sorry, I'm started to. Like I swear, I'm gonna pull you a wrench so I can start blocking you.
Morning, Patrick.
Good morning, Patrick. Um, okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we need to start making some of this useless crap over here. Yeah, I know you can now. Because I unmuted. I'm finished with my meeting. Had to have a staff meeting. You know, what would happen? Let's just throw this, we're over here in Fantasyland, romping with the unicorns and whatnot. But what would happen if people just really started quit buying all this useless crap and started saving money? The retail industry would go down the tubes if people only bought what they really needed for a month. Let's give it 1 month. They only bought what they needed. They didn't need a 75-inch big screen TV. Uh,
I'll be right back.
Go ahead. This country would go into a tailspin. The stock market would go all to hell, and the people would be better off because they have more money in their pocket. Yeah, people like useless crap. That's exactly it, Carl. Well, let me tell you what. I can go out and make me a set some curtains. Like we can make the headphones over here. These greedy companies just wouldn't make as much money. It's because we got too damn many stockholders. I'm telling you, it's a Ponzi scheme, that whole stock market thing. It would be bad. You got a point there, Jabus. 6 months of, I would predict in 6 months of the United States not buying all this shit that we buy and just buy what we need, actually need, the whole the whole world would be in a damn tailspin. Guess what? I would just have the speaker in my computer going or my TV going instead of my monitor going instead of using these. but it would come back. Manufacturing would come back to the country because we can make it over here. I mean, these headphones. How much really is in it? $3 worth of plastic. $2 worth of. No, I'm being serious. God, do I sound like Bernie? No, I'm not talking about taking people's money and giving it to other people, Tara. Well, guess what? The only thing of this computer that really needs hands-on work is the boards in it. Everything else can be made on dadgum machines. Well, you don't need 20 pairs of shoes, Tara. I know you have 10 pairs of cowgirl boots, so you can coordinate them with your fashions. When you're going all girly, you got your pink ones out with the rhinestones on them. Why do you want to wear Nikes, Lag? Why? Why do you want to wear Nikes? Because commercials tell you to buy them, because that's what the cool kids wear. That's what the cool kids wear. I'm not a cool kid. Goes back to they don't have to worry about as much profit if they don't have all these billion stockholders that's wanting their 25 cents a share every quarter. Yeah, me too, Javis. 20 pairs of shoes. If there's 20 pairs of shoes in our closet, that means that we probably need to throw some shoes away because they've got holes in the bottom of them, and we just haven't thrown them away. No, I'm not turning communist. I just think we just need to start making more stuff over here. And unfortunately, most of this stuff is automated. Because there's probably I don't buy from Timu Lag. Y'all are the ones obsessed with Timu. I bought $5 worth of stuff one time with free shipping, and that's the only thing I've bought from 'em. I don't wear orthopedic shoes, Lag. Yeah, Tara. Tara doesn't wear cowgirl boots. She wears those 9-inch pumps when she's riding her horses. Did you sell something else, Jabus? Good. But you want your 25 cents. Well, get out and learn how to do something to make more than 25 cents. And then, so you got the daggum 9-inch Louis Vuitton boa skins pumps that you wear. Yeah, cheap goods is good, but once again, maybe cheap is not always the best. If it was, um, Lag would be buying his tennis shoes from Pick and Pay instead of Nikes. I don't really think Pick and Pay even exists anymore. How many of y'all remember Pick and Pay?
Bum, bum, bum. Okay, I'm back.
Okay, we're having a. Todd, you remember Pick and Pay? Did they have Pick and Pay out at? Did they have Pick
Um,
and Pay stores out? They were on mall store. No, I know they weren't a mall store. They had individual stores.
no, I don't know it. Pick and Pay.
Uh,
Sounds like a sign that should be on the front door of a brothel.
they're they're not as strong as they were. Yeah, Pick and Pay. That was the cheap place to go get shoes. If you wanted quality shoes, you went to the mall to Tom McCann's and that kind of stuff.
Hank got my joke. Jabez got my joke.
But Chastity, you're in the Carolina area, so it might have been something that was heavy here. I don't know. Pay less, yes. Let me tell you something in this a five and dime store. It wasn't 5 and 10, it was 5 and 9. I remember when that was that's where you
not
went.
not Pick and Play. Julie.
Oh, you remember Pick and Pay paying? So they were out in California too? Because you've only lived in California, haven't you?
I don't think Tom heard what I said.
Uh, I saw something about a sign on the brothel door, but I was trying to read chat, so I wasn't listening. What did you say?
I said Pick and Pay sounds like a sign on a brothel that should be on a brothel door.
Okay. Maybe that's the reason they're not as big as they were. All
Everybody's
these
making
boys going in
comments
there
on
with
it, but
them.
you just glossed it over.
I was I was reading the chat. You know, there's such intellectual information be shared in the chat. Uh,
It's an Italian soup, says Bumcrack. Brothel.
a bawdy house. Yeah, shares are.
Tactical.
Oh god.
Sorry. I don't know why my mind went there, but there you go.
No, that's all right. You're in Texas, but let's see. What were we really talking about? We were talking about seasonal purchases and seasonal sales. You know, I sell Christmas stuff all year round when I have Christmas stuff legal. Um, it's not all at once. You know, it's here or there. It's just people looking for, and I think that's what eBay is. People are looking for something. Not they're not shopping like you do it when you go to Walmart. They're specifically looking for something. Now, over on Amazon, you know, the first thing that you see you go to Amazon.com is what the sales are. So that will steer people around, but they're like, "Oh, damn, this 102-inch TVs only $1.99 this week. Let's go look at them. But I think eBay is a shopping or a shopper store. I don't, how you ever want to phrase that, where people are actually coming in there and looking for something. Boy, and this has got our thinking cap on this morning. Or the ladies, Anissa, expanding on what you just said, or the ladies saying, where was that thing at last? Let's talk about toothbrush holders. Same thing. um, so do y'all list only like Christmas items in the summer, or do you list them as you find them and they have a good value to them, or Halloween stuff, or I'm trying to reel it back into talking about reselling prod. Well, you can't even say products because she has a product to sell. Anyway, about our type of reselling. Well, that's just it. You listed Christmas stuff last week. Shut up, Jabus. Shut up.
Yep.
We're trying to clean this thing up and go back into get off of the but yeah, you could. Todd, did you the artist pencils you had? You have.
Yes.
Did you get them listed?
Yes.
Did you find a good price on them?
Did I find a good price on them?
Yeah, I mean, because we didn't know when we were looking at them the other day. We didn't. Excuse me, didn't know exactly what they were. I mean, what type of pencils they were.
They're just colored pencils. I don't know. There was it was about 3 or 4 different brands. So I separated them out by brand and then I listed them.
Okay.
They aren't selling as fast as the knitting stuff is selling. So apparently people are more interested in knitting than they are in being artists.
No, I did
According
read
to
an
my
article.
limited research.
I did read an article about back during the lockdown. People were getting more into the crocheting, needle work, coloring, painting, all that kind of sewing, all of that kind of stuff. So maybe it's just continuing on.
There you go, tactical.
That's what I do too. Oh God. What's he saying? I didn't get a wake up call this morning. It's almost 9:00 your time, and you just getting out of bed, Craig? Yeah, I agree with you on that, Javis and Chastity. So, what do you got on your agenda this afternoon?
I need to just list.
Do you have anything to list? You've been selling so much stuff. I'm sorry. I tried to keep a straight face.
See you in a minute. Yeah, I got lots of stuff to list.
Sorry. Oh, I had to say it. I had to say it.
It's okay. I got big shoulders. I can take the abuse.
The only person I seriously know that I could say, "Do you have anything to list?" and that's Bridget and Chris, because I know what their listing habits are. They can fill up a daggum Ford Transit van on Saturday and Sunday, and by Thursday they don't have anything to list. Well, I'm glad to say, I'm glad I made you laugh. Um, when I wrap this up, I
I
got to
think
go
so
find
on
some.
this. She might do some Facebook Marketplace, but I'm pretty sure she's an eBay queen.
Yeah, that's what she does. That's her main focus. If she finds a good deal on something, then she'll Facebook Marketplace it, which she might be doing some of that auction stuff like Scott does now too. Broken washing machine, smoker, Keurig. We'll break them down. A Speed Queen. Do they even still make wash machines other than the commercial ones, like for laundromat?
I don't know.
I was talking to an old friend. I guess it was one night over the weekend, and he was talking about his son came home from college and was asking where you put the coins in to get the washing machine to work. And he said that told me two things. He says I might be throwing away good money on his college education, and two, that his mother must have not taught him how to use a washing machine before he left. I will have to say my boys know how to use a wash machine because I got up to this morning and there's two load. There was a load in the dryer, a load in the wash machine that I left in there yesterday, and it was all dried on the couch this morning. So Sergey must have washed clothes.
That could be
Well,
another sign for a brothel. Speed queens.
oh Lord, you know we always had what was it the Sears brand
Kenmore.
Kenmore. We always had Kenmore until you couldn't get them anymore. And I don't know what we got in there now. It works right. Kenmore, yeah. We were Sears. I don't know how they went out of business because my father had to keep and mother had to keep Sears in business because we everything we had in the house was Kenmore and Craftsman. And when we were kids, we wore Tough Skins,
Tough skin.
that kind of stuff. Well, good. I'll if I buy a Speed Queen, would you come down here and do our laundry for us so you could play with it too? Anywho, so you're going to work on listing this afternoon?
I need to.
Mr. Sadie, I think they list so much dang stuff, such a wide variety of stuff. I think
That's
there's
true,
people looking for
Stephanie.
what the stuff that they're buying. They're not selling. She's not selling clothes. There's 50,000 pairs of Wrangler jeans listed on eBay. Vintage. The old ones lasted forever. Really, a couple ones wanting to buy Discovery. And is it the one that's actually built in, or is it one that you roll around?
Dishwasher from the 80s. Jeez.
Because at
The
my
dishes don't
house,
look bad at all with those rust stains on them.
yeah,
Built in.
my dad installed an under counter dishwasher from my mom at the house I grew up in. But the neighbors, because this would have been early 70s, and only the rich people had built in wash machines. I mean, a dishwasher, so we had to. We weren't in that category, so they ended up putting that in. But our neighbors had one that you rolled around and hooked it up to the faucet and threw a drain line into the sink. Good days. Good days. But now, Nissa, you can buy the all-in-one washers. Lowe's has them, clothes washers, where it's washes and dries all at once.
I may actually go swimming today. It's supposed to get up to 100 degrees here today.
100 degrees there?
Yeah.
Oh, the sun's come out. I need to wrap this up and go out and cut the front yard.
And
Before
tomorrow's
we
supposed
get,
to be 104.
it's supposed to be 104 in Texas today?
Tomorrow. Today,
Jeez.
101.
Okay, Todd's going to start a GoFundMe account to pay for his power bill. Lord have, because we got to keep the old Todd cool down there. All the young folk like Beth and the lot, they can deal with it.
Time to get my swim on.
James, the guy at Lowe's, because I was just stopped to look at it when I was buying paint and whatnot. I was stopped to look at them, and he told me, he says they do a good job, but they take forever, like 2 hours to wash a load of clothes. I'm talking about washes it and then dries it.
Till
So
lactic
he said if you got a lot of laundry, like you got kids, it's better to have a washer and dryer so you can keep them going. I said, what you flying on, Jabus? If he's flying Southwest, he's probably going to end up in Boise, Idaho before he gets to Texas. Is he flying out of Greenville? Yeah, that's what basically that guy said. Oh, he's on Lose Mountain. Do you ever get Julie? Do you ever get heads up on clearance? Or is he not allowed to say that? I mean, do that. Okay, good, good. At least he can get, because they'll fly directly to Texas. Because my sister in law works for Lowe's, and my brother says she's always coming home with stuff, and the checkbook's down. They had a $2,900 log splitter that she got for $600 because it was a display. And he said, "What? We've already got one." She said, "It was $600." Cool, Julie. Resellable good deals. Nashville. American flies directly to Charlotte. I'm from Charlotte to Texas, unless he's doing one of those low fares where you bounce around the country before you get there. Because Charlotte is a hub for American, and Dallas Fort Worth is. So, are you kidding me, and Julie? Oh, okay, okay. I thought my sister-in-law said that. Something green. He was in the first of the FBA people. He went into he was tells a story where he went into Home Depot and bought a bunch of those inflatable Thomas the Tank Engine trains that was on clearance, and the manager begged him to buy them all. He gave him every bit of discount he could, and they forgot to when they were doing the inventory on it. They forgot to punch in the computer that it was, a clearance item, seasonal, whatnot. Anyway, they sent him like about 15 more. The store manager about 15 more of them. Chris Green, that's his name. Yeah, I know it is. But from here, everything goes to Dallas. Back in the old days, probably before you were born, Jabus, everything had to go to Atlanta before it went to anywhere. You could be going to New York City, and you still had to fly to Atlanta first. Oh, cool. Oh, are you kidding? Lag would sell the gold out of his mother's teeth if he had the chance to. The green room, yeah. Piedmont Airlines. You know what? Piedmont was the best. After Piedmont sold out to U.S. Air, it went downhill from that. Sorry, I was reading down through the chat. It just was scrolling on down through.
Yeah, paying same at Home Depot.
What was that? Oh,
Yeah, like the garden department,
right.
the flowers that wilted and stuff. A lot of people would drag those home and plant them, but some people got fired over that.
When I was in Tractor Supply um, last week, I saw where they had another big floral, not floral, but outside plants and in their greenhouse again. And I said, "Oh, y'all got back into the flower business?" He said, "Unfortunately, yes." Because a couple of years ago when we first started buying the wood pellets for cat litter, the person that was over the greenhouse said, "Do we not have anything over here that you'd like to take home and plant?" She says, "We're getting out of the flower business."
Hmm. That's crazy, Ping.
Did you retire
You
from
don't
Home Depot?
you don't work for them anymore.
No, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm not flying anybody except American domestically. I've learned my lesson. And I know people. There's a lot of people that have flown with Southwest. That's the only way they fly because they're cheap and they get them there, and they've not had any problems. It's just not. You're full of them. Um, so anyway, anybody got any comments or questions before we wrap this up? Because I got to go pack, and I got to find. I need to mow the front yard, and I need to take some stuff up for the trash to pick out tomorrow. Listing tools, as in a hammer, wrench, that kind of tool, not like listing tools like a program that you use to list, right? Yeah, I was looking at cruises out of Galveston. I had to sing the song in my head to remember the name. But from Charlotte, there's not really any direct flights. Does Galveston even have an airport, a big airport? Because Roberta doesn't like the little puddle jumpers. Yeah, okay, metalworking and cutting tools. Okay, I'm with you. So, Dr. Todrick, do you have anything you want to add before we wrap this up?
Buy low, sell high.
Buy low, sell high. You heard it from the man. All right, guys. Y'all have a great day, and we will see. I see. I haven't seen Beard in here this morning, so I'm assuming he'll have his show tomorrow. Then back on my show on Thursday, and then Friday will be Scott's. I think, and I also think. I think Scott was going to try doing a show. I mean, a whatnot after his show. I could be wrong on that. He's changed his dates around so much. So anyway, y'all have a great one. Make it a great one. Todd, thank you as always, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.
Okay.